Hello guys, today's video is about the Totinos recap LAN event. And if you guys don't know, 8 teams were invited to a LAN event in Columbus, the Totinos 50K. So the teams that were invited was Complexity, Envy, OG, Elevate, Rise, LG, FaZe, and TK. And neither did OG, OpTic Gaming, or FaZe win this event. It was actually a team that didn't even get top 5 last year, if I believe. Rise Nation placing first in the first event. Some people say it's not an event, it was a showcase, but I beg to differ. You know, the games were pretty fair. I know the single elimination was a little bit off and wasn't the best setup, but it was a one-day event. It was more of a showcase, but it was still an event. You're playing for money. People were trying, and I know Envy got screwed over in the first round, but shit happens, and you can't just get depressed about it. Overall, it was fun first event to watch, and I'm glad to see that the pick of bands actually makes the game like really fun to watch. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, like LMGs and dual wield pistols coming out, but a lot of people came to the agreement of gentleman's agreement, where they did not use that stuff, and made it a lot more fun to watch. I enjoyed the LAN really well, the event, and I'm gonna go down the whole list of all the games for you guys. So the first game of the day was Complexity versus Envy, and that came down right to the wire. Complexity edged it out to Envy by like 10 points. It came down to the last the last minute, and they won like 250, like 241. It was really close. They rotated, they got their points. Ricky got some big kills at the end and got some score streaks that helped them secure it. And Envy got kind of screwed over in game 3 because they won the second game, the uplink, pretty dominantly. But JCap did not have the best set of events. He had a .6 KD, I believe, but he's known to not start off Call of Duty. He's pretty hot. He always comes back though and does pretty well. But they got kind of screwed over because it was 3-3, and then he did not. They had to end the game because a FPS lag, and then when they started back up, the casters lagged out of the game, and they won a round, but they did not count it because the casters were in the game, so that kind of threw them off. And Complexity won 3 rounds straight on them, and took the series, took the game 6-3 and took the series 2-1. And a lot of people were unhappy about that, but shit happens, and that Complexity taking 3 rounds isn't any excuse. It might have threw him off, but anyways, on to the next match. There's OG versus Elevate. OG took the first hard point off them, and then Elevate took the uplink off them. It's kind of what, like, it was what you would expect if they were going to take a respawn off them, but I was pretty surprised because OpTic Gaming wasn't actually too hot in their uplink and CTF today, especially their uplink. But they took it to game 3, and a lot of people were scared because Elevate, you know, known for their search and destroy, you know, little kids that know the spots and know what to do in those situations because they play S&D. Same thing in Complexity, you know, they grind a lot of S&D while practicing in this 8 days the game's been out. So Elevate didn't do too hot. They actually lost 6-3 round count, and OpTic Gaming took that series and went on to the next round to play Complexity. But I'll get to that recap in a second. The next match of the game was LG versus Rise, and LG took the hard point pretty dominantly in the first round, or the first game, and a lot of people were kind of surprised because LG didn't look too good on hardpoint online, and Rise looked okay. So those matches were like, oh, who's gonna win this one? But LG was able to come out and take the first game, but after that, uplink went in favor of Rise, and the S&D came in favor of Rise, and they moved on to the next round. You know, that game was more of a coin toss to me. And the next game of the day was, and the last one of the first round was FaZe versus TK. A lot of people had FaZe picked over this one. Everyone thought FaZe was going to go to the finals with OG. So because FaZe's been playing this game together for a while. I mean, they had the most practice out of anyone, so that's why I meant by a while. They play all tournaments together. They scrim together all the time. They don't really play pickup teams like you'd seen with other teams in the beginning. They practice together pretty well, but this was really surprising as TK actually beat them on hardpoint, and I was shocked. I was like, okay, you know, Theory was running the AR pretty well, and Goonjar is doing pretty well with the MA as well. And then in uplink, they won it. They took the first round pretty dominantly. FaZe started to come back a little bit, but couldn't. It was too late, too little, too late, and TK ended up winning that series 2-0. Every other game went to game 3, but they won that game in the 2 games that they had, and it was pretty convincing, I guess you would say. And they went on to play LG next, but the next recap is OG versus Complexity. When do you get to say that every day? Because no one's been able to say that since Black Ops 2, and this is really exciting. Or in the beginning of Ghost, this is really exciting match to watch because with Crim and Karma going up against Complexity, and the game before that, Envy, when Complexity played Envy, TP and Aches, you know, the 2 duos of the old Complexity roster. So that was just absolutely insane to think about and insane to watch. But they took the first hard point off Complexity, but then Complexity actually took the game 2 off them, the CTF, by 1 flag towards the end. It came to the last couple seconds, and Miracles capped the flag. I feel like CTF is going to be fun to watch again, but the pros haven't played it enough to actually learn the spawns and the layout of the map, how it plays. So it's still going to take some time for them to learn it, but I think it's going to be a good game mode to watch overall when they do. But so yes, Complexity won that game, and then it came down to a game 3, and a lot of the casters got a little like scared, like Complexity might actually win this because, you know, it's in their favor. It's SMD. They've been practicing SMD, and Complexity took the first round, I believe, but OG answered back with 6 rounds straight and took the series 6-1 in dominantly fashion. Crim 6 was going off. Karma died only once. Like, it was a showcase by Crim 6 showing off his skills, and he truly is the Crim bot. You know, he had an amazing event S&D wise, and he also in that same series he went on like a 13 streak or something like that at the end to win the game for them. It was absolutely insane. If MLG posted it up on their channel, I suggest you go check it out on YouTube if you have not seen it. And so they ended up moving to the grand finals, and now it's Rise and TK. And a lot of people had TK favored now because they just beat FaZe, and no one really expected Rise to get to the finals. So TK won the first map, and everyone's like, yeah, TK has this in the book. You know, their respawn's looking really crisp right now. But Rise managed to pull that CTF out and force the game 5, and everyone's like, wait, but we haven't seen TK play Search Destroy. And Sharp earlier in an interview said that he's not too confident in their SD yet. They haven't really played it. So I wasn't really too sure what to think in this game 5. It could have gone either way, and it went in the Rise's favor, and they went to the grand finals. And now the grand finals, it's different than the rest of the games, as it was a best of 5 than a best of 3. So the first map was a hardpoint, and it was absolutely surprising. It was combine hardpoint, and Rise took that by dominant fashion. They like won at 250 to like 160 or something like that. It wasn't pretty for OpTic Gaming. They just absolutely got dominated. They kept on banning all the guns, like ARs, M8s, the XRs, the Shivas. They banned the VMP, the Vesper, and even the burst gun, the Pharaoh. So it was like really interesting to watch how that ban and protect came in right there. because they were banning a lot of the good weapons, and OG wasn't able to really adjust too well. But in game 2, S&D, they won the S&D pretty dominantly, in my opinion, and they went on to game 3, and they ended up in that game 3 was uplink, and they actually won that uplink, which was a surprise for me. I thought Rise was gonna win the uplink, and maybe OpTic Gaming would pull out the CTF, but they were able to win the uplink, and I thought OpTic Gaming was gonna 3-1, just because the slaying power and everything, and their experience with CTF. I thought they were gonna win that, but nope. It was pretty close for the most part, and Rise Nation was able to pull it out and push it to game 5. And now this is the bad part if you're an OpTic Gaming fan, because guess what? They choked. They choked pretty bad, and it was 4-1 at one point, and Rise was able to take advantage of their specialists and climb back into the series and into the game, and ended up taking it in round 11. And their specialists, that just shows how important specialists are going to come into effect, whether you want to save them, whether you want to keep them, or you want to use them right away so you can get another one as quickly as possible. But when to use it, situational plays with them, and overall I think it's just game changing. Like, you're going to see a lot more in the future of it, and overall I think it was like a really good game. Just to watch. The event was pretty good. It kind of showed you what you're gonna watch for the next few months, and it was a good taste of Black Ops 3. And I enjoyed watching this event, and I hope that I get to watch more in the future. That have more competitive, and it gets more advanced, because that is absolutely like an amazing finale to watch, and I feel like it's only gonna get better and better and better and better as it goes on. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. Leave a like if you did, and more competitive gameplay is gonna come in the future.